Hey everybody, David here with another instructional Fantasy Grounds video. Now in today's instructional video, we're going to take a look at the optional dice tower, and I'm going to explain what it does, what it means, and how to turn it on. So if you are a new user to Fantasy Grounds, you'll probably find this video pretty useful to you. And if you are a savvy veteran, you probably know all about the dice tower, you know how to turn it on and everything else. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first, you're going to notice that there are two versions of Fantasy Grounds running. The version on the right hand side is the Dungeon Master version. This is what the DMs see as the game is going on. On your left hand side is the player version of what the players see while we are playing the game. So I'm running both of these simultaneously so we can see how the rolls look on both for players and also for the DMs. So you're probably asking yourself, if you're new to tabletop games, what the hell is a dice tower? Well, it's actually a pretty cool contraption where it allows the players to throw a dice into a tower, get a really nice roll with different levels in the tower. It kind of knocks it and bangs it back and forth. And then out the bottom, it shoots in like a little cup or tray with the roll. So a lot of times, the DMs will kind of turn it around and tell the player to throw it in the dice tower so the player can't see the roll. Only the DM can. So it's basically if you are doing some kind of diplomacy check versus the Dungeon Master's NPC's insight to see if you're really bullshitting your way through a conversation, or maybe a rogue is trying to pick a very important lock and disarm the trap on that chest that has a bountiful amount of treasure inside of it. The dice treasure allows the DM to see the roll only, and the players are wondering in suspense what is going to happen. So the dice tower has a really actually cool function, both around the table, and it does the same thing in Fantasy Grounds. Okay, so by default, the dice tower is turned off. So to turn on the dice tower, all we have to do is open up the options, and you can only do this while you're in DM mode. So in the top right hand corner, look for the little cogwheel. Now when you click on the cogwheel, it's going to open up the options box for you. Scroll down to the second section, which says game and GM in parentheses. Scroll down to the very bottom and click on table dice tower. Now when you click on that, you're going to notice that on the left hand side, this is players mode. You'll see that the dice tower turns on and off. Now that doesn't happen for the DM mode because DMs by default, all of your rolls are automatically hidden, so you don't need the dice tower. But don't worry, if you want your rolls to be public, I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So when you turn on the dice tower for the players, this allows the players to, roll a private roll. So if you want that, lock-picking roll to be private and you don't want everybody else to see the roll and metagame it, just tell the player, hey, drop that lock-picking roll into the dice tower. Now when the player on the left-hand side picks up the die or rolls it off of their 5e character sheet or whatever other rule set that you're using, because the dice tower is in every single rule set for Fantasy Grounds, all you have to do is hover over the tower, see how the light comes on, and when the light comes on, that means that the tower will take the roll. You'll notice that the roll had a shadow come out, and the tower icon comes up with a D20. The players can't see it. So now they're in suspense. What the hell happened? Should I get away? Should I get closer to see what's in the chest before the rogue sneaks everything into his pocket? Pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty damn cool, actually. Okay, so now that we have the dice tower working for players, we can also turn it on for DMs. Now if you're DMing, if you want your rolls to be public, which I actually like my rolls to be public, but I also like the dice tower for insight checks on my part playing NPCs, like if I'm trying to determine if one of the players is bullshitting his way through a role-playing encounter, I want to be able to call out that player and say, I do not believe you, as the NPC. So you can turn that dice tower on also. It's in the same options section, the second section down. So if you've got the options section closed, open it back up, go to the game GM section again, and a couple down there's an option called Chat Show GM Roles. Now when you turn that on, notice in the bottom right hand corner on your screen, the dice tower is going to appear. Pretty cool. So when you turn it on, this now gives you all open roles and the optional closed roles or private roles by using the dice tower. And you get the same result as the players would. Now, when you pick up a dice when you're in DN mode and you throw it into the chat now with the dice tower turned on, they'll see a shadow roll, but you can see that the players can actually see the roll now, so it's not private anymore. And if you want that roll to be private, then just take the 20-sided, throw it in the dice tower. You'll see that the light comes on, it's ready to accept the roll. You roll it, then they can't see it. They just see the shadow. And then your roll was a 17, and only you can see it on your end. So the last cool thing that I'm going to show you about the dice tower is that you can actually move it. Now, if you don't like it down here in the bottom right-hand corner where it is by default, all you have to do, and this is whether you're in players mode or if you're in Dungeon Master mode, all you have to do is just right-click on the tower. Now, you'll see a little menu come up with an unlock position button. All you do is just click on that, and now you can move it around. You can put it anywhere you want. And then if you want to put it up here, just put it up there. Right-click it again, and then you'll see the lock position come up. And now when you go to click on it, you can't move it. Simple as that. So there you go, everybody. That is everything you need to know about the optional dice tower within the Fantasy Grounds virtual tabletop system. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And until next time, happy gaming, keep using Fantasy Grounds, and I'll see you next time.